Hey, good late afternoon, everybody. This is Coach Bill with Weight Loss or Fat Loss Made Easy Solution. Yeah, I forgot to put my ears on here. Let me get my ears on first. Thought I was ready to go here. Got all excited. It's late in the afternoon. There we go. Well, this is a late one for me. Normally I don't do a video this late in the afternoon because I try to stop working by 5. Got a little busy today. It seems like a lot of people are very stressed out about this COVID-19 and how it's affecting those that have underlying medical issues, especially those with type 2 diabetes, prediabetes, or obesity. And so I'm getting a lot of inquiries in how to reverse these issues. So I'm getting a little busier now, which is a good thing. But today, guys, I'm doing a series on hormones, and I've been doing this series on the most basic hormones that are causing either you to gain fat or I'm doing a series of hormones that are also going to burn fat. And so I'm taking these most common hormones and I'm kind of breaking them down for you guys so you guys understand. You all know that follow me that I'm really big in the root cause of why most of you can't, reverse either prediabetes or type 2 diabetes or fatty liver, and why most of you are trying to lose that belly fat or body fat and it's just not coming off. And you're thinking you're doing everything right, especially those that are 40 plus or 50 plus or 60 plus. And it all boils down to the root cause. And the root cause is imbalance of hormones. Well, there's certain common hormones that are causing these issues, and there's certain hormones that your body has to activate fat burning. You just need the right tools or the know-how to get into that fat burning environment, how to tap into those fat burning hormones, and then how to depress the hormones that are sabotaging your results in losing the belly fat or body fat or reversing those diseases. So the last video I did, you can go to my YouTube channel, type in Bill Mabry, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It was a hormone, what I titled it was the forgotten hormone CKK. And CKK, guys, is a hormone that is known as a fat burning hormone because it's produced in the gut and it's activated by a good source of protein and a higher fat diet or primal meal or a ketogenic diet. And that's why we use the primal meals, which you guys know as keto, high fat, good dietary fat, and we combine it with intermittent fasting because that's what's going to help activate the CKK hormone that will signal your brain to stop eating. So you can go to my YouTube, watch the video. Like I said, all my videos, go to the description section. I'm more specific there, and you'll see the science. Okay, so last time was CKK, and that was an important hormone for fat burning. This other hormone we're talking about is the title of it is going to be let's talk about the hormone leptin and its function in depressing your appetite, which if it's a hormone that helps to depress your appetite, then you are going to be burning more of your own body fat because why? Well, because you're not eating food. So you're naturally going to be depleting the carbohydrates or glucose that's in your blood, and your body's going to switch over to burning fat, and that's what our program teaches. But leptin basically is known as a fat burning hormone because of that what I said. Now let's talk about, first of all, let's talk about what is the definition of leptin. So let's see what research says. It's a hormone that signals the brain to stop eating. Okay, well, that's a good thing, right? That seems to sabotage most of you guys that are trying to do some kind of a weight loss plan, is you're trying to do some kind of an intermittent fasting, 16-hour, 18-hour, and you're hungry all the time. You get hungry. So what do? You eat. You sabotaged it. So you didn't reach your goal, right? Your fat cells, the fat cells itself makes leptin. So if you have body fat, well, then in those fat cells is leptin. Okay. So this is basically how leptin works. The fat cells releases leptin into the blood, and then it goes to the brain, and it tells the brain to stop eating. Okay, so in that case, think about that. If you're doing primal eating, or if you're doing, which is keto, or you're combining it with intermittent fasting, and while you're fasting, you're burning your own fat, so the leptin is what? Is being released into the blood and telling the blood that it's not hungry, so you don't have an appetite, so you're going to reach your 16 hours, your 18 hours. Doesn't that make sense? Now, once that happens, your body becomes a fat burning machine because you're not hungry. That's why Emily and I are able to do these 24-hour fastings or 36-hour fasting easily, because we are so fat adapted. And you're going to have some storage of body fat. Doesn't matter. You need that for your own health. Okay. But what you don't need to be overly fat or have too many fat cells. But we are burning our own body fat in the 24 and 36-hour fasting, so leptin is being released into our blood, telling our brain we're not hungry during that time. But think about this. So the fatter you are, think about this, the fatter you are, the higher leptin you should have. Doesn't that make sense? And that's true. So the more fat you have on your body, the higher levels of leptin that you have. So then, if that is true, then if the fatter I am, and if I have more leptin because I have so many fat cells, then I shouldn't be hungry, right? Well, guys, I'm sorry, but that's the opposite. It's not true. And the reason is because your body goes into what they call leptin resistance. Same thing I talk about, insulin resistance. Okay, it's the same thing, but your body is leptin resistant because you are so fat, you have so many fat cells in your body that your cells are pushing out the leptin, and it's overrunning the receptors, and they just can't keep up with it. So the brain is not being, the receptors are becoming resistant to the leptin, and it's not signaling the brain to stop eating. What happens is you get even hungrier. And that's why it's so hard for those that are overweight. That's why it's so hard not to eat, because you're always hungry, because you now are resistant to leptin, the hormone that is designed to signal the brain to stop eating. Okay? So what's the output here? How do we activate leptin to our advantage, especially when we're doing the primal eating or ketogenic diet and we are combining it with intermittent fasting? How are we going to activate it to make it work? Now, this is where it gets confusing, and this is where a coach comes in. And I'm not going to get specific with the science on this, because like all my other videos, I'm going to put in the description section, I'm going to be more specific about this hormone, the science behind it, and then of course I'm going to post the science. So all you got to do is go to my YouTube channel, type in Bill Mabry, subscribe to it, go to the description section of this video, click on it, and there'll be a written, more specific outline of what I'm talking here. I'm just giving you guys briefly of what it's all about. You can also go to my Weight Loss Made Easy Solution Facebook group page, and this video will be on there also. But getting back to insulin resistance. So then you're overweight, you have lots and lots of fat cells, and your leptin resistance, and that's what makes it so difficult for somebody who's obese or overweight to be able to stick to a meal plan or calorie deficit plan, because they're so heavily overweight that their body is not accepting leptin and not shutting the brain, the food, or not telling the brain to shut the food off. So how do we fight this, or how do we get through this until we lose the weight to where we can activate leptin in a positive environment, to where it's actually going to depress our appetite? Well, and that's where our online coaching comes in, because what we do is we change the type of food you're eating and the time you're eating, and then we give you some key factors to be able to fight that hunger wave. Most of you that follow me know that we do sea salt and water. That helps to depress hunger. A hormone that's causing you guys to have hunger waves. We also do apple cider vinegar in the morning, and we do apple cider vinegar at night before we go to bed. That also helps to depress the appetite. Em and I make our own homemade kombucha. That helps to depress the appetite, won't cause your insulin to spike up. And so by changing the meal you're eating to a higher fat meal, then you're going to be more satisfied when trying to lose this weight, and you're also going to control the hormone that is designed to actually store fat. And so you're going to be able to lose this excess body fat or fat cells, get down to a level where we can actually activate your hormone leptin to your advantage. And that's our goal. Okay, our goal is to balance these hormones that I'm talking about to where they're going to all work in your advantage so you can reach your goals. You guys have heard me say this many times. The root cause to why you're not successful, or the root cause to why you're getting that belly fat or body fat or hip fat or butt fat, especially those of you that are 40, 50, or 60 over, is your hormones are tanked. You've lost control of the hormones that are causing that issue. We got to get them back, and there's only one way to do it healthy, and that's naturally, is by changing the type of food you're eating, and then changing the time you're eating that food, finding the program or protocols that work for your lifestyle, and staying consistent, and set goals for 6, 12 to 24 months so that you can stay in that fat adaptation. Now you guys can go to my videos, my YouTube channel, look at fat adaptation. Okay? So, okay guys, so like I said, all you have to do, go to my YouTube channel, find this YouTube, or find this one, click in the description section, and I'm more specific with the plan and with the science behind this. Okay, guys? So that's the second part of the series of these hormones, is leptin. So remember, leptin is a fat-burning hormone, but you first have to know how to activate it and have the right tools to get you to the point of activating leptin, to use it in a positive environment to where it's actually going to help you when you're doing intermittent fasting or 24-hour fasting or 36-hour or 72-hour fasting. That's why Emily and I and those of us that have been doing this for a while, we have no issues doing the longer fastings, because we know how to activate the hormones that are going to depress our appetite when we are fasting. And we have the tools to, if we do get, and sometimes even us, we'll get a hunger wave, but we know how to depress that with our sea salt water or apple cider vinegar. Okay, guys? So like I said, you could pass this on to your friends. Let them know how important, if they're having issues with type 2 diabetes or prediabetes or a fatty liver, or if they're over 40, 50, or 60 plus and they just can't seem to get that belly fat off and they're doing everything right, they think, pass this on to them. Let them know that you might want to check this out because this could very well be the answer to why you're having a problem. Got to fix this. No matter how much you exercise, it's not going to work unless you fix your hormones first. Okay, guys? So you guys have a great night and have a great day tomorrow, and I'll be looking forward to you on the next series or the next video on the next hormone. I think the next hormone that I'll talk about is the one that is known as your time clock. Now this one's an interesting one. And it just makes a lot of sense why they nicknamed this hormone your time clock. Guys, have a great day. We'll see you guys at the next video. Bye.